Okay.
And then we need your pronouns. So be
Yes.
prepared.
I
Feel
said
free to mute
he,
yourself.
him.
All right.
Okay. Fantastic. Am I a woman? And maybe mute while you do that. Come on. Okay. I've muted you, good boy. So when you are ready to come back, I'm going to give you like 10, 15 seconds
Do
when
I
you're ready to
think
come
that you're
back.
a woman?
Okay.
No. But there's nothing wrong
Okay.
with you thinking you're a woman. But I don't think
Okay.
you
So
are.
why am I not a woman?
Well, I just. Well, look, like, you're not a woman. I just don't. I wouldn't assume that you endured the same trials and tribulations that
So
girls
womanhood
and
is
women
is
So
go.
defined by suffering.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
don't speak for cis women either, please. You're not. No, don't do that.
Yeah, you don't
Mm-mm.
understand the suffering of women at all. Don't.
Who?
No.
You.
You,
You.
good
I
boy.
said he. And I don't. What the hell? I never claimed to know it. I said I don't think that he did.
Don't
She.
misgender
She.
Adora. Yeah.
Whatever.
No, not
No, not
whatever.
whatever.
Yes,
Apologize.
whatever.
Say, I'm
How is it
sorry.
whatever?
Say, I'm
So you
sorry, good
telling me I
boy.
could just put a wig on and say I'm a woman?
Say, I'm
Nope.
No.
sorry. She doesn't have a wig on.
No.
Say, I'm sorry. And do not misgender her again. I'm sorry, Adora.
I'm sorry, Adora.
Thank you.
All right. Good enough for me.
But at the same time, like I said, you can't just wake up and change your gender.
Good she didn't, so.
Yeah. I'm not
Nobody's
making the claim that I did.
changing their gender.
So what happened?
You just affirm your gender and who you are. You just are who
Gender
you
identity
are.
You just
develops.
affirm it.
We all
What?
affirm it in different ways. Cis women,
Right.
trans
Yeah.
women, we all affirm it in different ways.
I guarantee you affirm your gender every day. Every day.
Gender identity develops in the brain when you are a child.
Hey, good boy, is that you in your profile picture?
Yes.
Why do you have a beard?
Because I'm a man.
So it affirms your gender.
Right. So are men without
Well,
beards
I just
still
think
men?
the fact that I was born a guy,
So
so I'm a
but are men without beards still men?
kind of no.
What?
That's insane.
He
So
heard it and
damn, I'm
backtracked.
wrong. You are a woman because you don't have a beard.
Okay, so you're
That was
trying
so
to
dumb.
just
Damn.
okay, you're being disingenuous now. That's what you're trying to do. Like sarcastic. Is that what you're
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. I mean, I am joking, but
Why?
I'm just a guy. I just feel like there's nothing wrong with Adore or anything he's got going on. I don't, or she's got going on. But I just feel like you're not a woman. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to be respectful.
You
But
haven't been
Oh,
respectful this
yeah.
whole
yes,
By
I
time.
am.
misgendering
No,
her.
you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have not been
It's
respectful.
not. I'm not doing it on purpose though. I'm not used to. You know what I mean?
Okay,
No.
Talking that way.
why do you believe trans women should not be included into womanhood? Why do you believe that?
Because if you have to put trans, if you have to put trans in front of it, you're just not a woman.
Okay.
We
Okay.
could okay, what
Um,
that's just
Like, why didn't you just call him a woman? Her a woman.
are tall women women?
if you
That's
keep
3
misgendering, we're
fucking
just gonna
times.
drop you down. We're just
Yeah.
going to drop you down. If you
It's
keep
not on
misgendering
purpose, is
Adora,
though.
we'll
If I was doing
just
it on
drop
purpose,
Well, you're not even trying to correct yourself. We
I
have to tell
corrected
you.
myself every time. What are you talking about?
No,
but
you didn't.
I literally said sorry
Because
every time.
um, yeah, good boy. I definitely want you to be gendering trans people correctly. I'm not going to drop you for misgendering me unless I believe that you are intentionally doing so.
No, I'm not. I'm just I am
Okay.
sorry.
But nonetheless, are tall women women?
Yes,
Then why do they need that word in front of them?
because they're tall. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Okay. Fantastic. So that's why the word trans is in front of woman for me, because it describes an aspect of my womanhood.
Do you wait? Why? I just a question. Why do you feel you're a woman?
It's my innate sense of self. I've felt this way my entire life. Thank you for the head mustache. I guess I ought to set up a new gift goal now that we're not ending the live.
Like when, so your whole life you just felt like we're a woman. So okay, but it's like It's like, ma'am, you're not though.
And yet you can't give me a reason why I'm not.
Because you were born with a winky.
Okay, so do you know the difference between sex and gender?
Pinky.
I mean, I know it, but it's like, I mean, I guess it's your reality at the end of the day, but like, I'm in my reality. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
Do you know the difference between sex and gender?
no, I said yes, but I'm saying it's
Okay,
your
then
reality at the end of the day. So
just to
to
make
you,
sure that we're
you
on the
are a
same
woman,
page,
but to me,
I
you're
need
a
to make
man.
sure we're on the same page here. We can't move forwards in this conversation if we're not on the same page.
Yes.
So if you could tell me what the difference between sex and gender is, that would be awesome. You got anything for me? Nothing?
He left.
Well, I didn't know
Really?
the point of that conversation.
Wow.
There was
Okay,
no point.
so the old mustache is dead, guys, so it's time for a new mustache.
He said it
Yes,
was
I'm shocked you're able
confusing.
to make them last that long. The mustaches, they fall off my face so quick.
The little
I've
twirl
gone
one's
through, like,
funny.
this set came with 4 sheets. I'm down to, like, 1.5 sheets. There we go.
How many mustaches do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 48.
Oh my God. Okay.
4, 5, 6, 12, 48. I love that.
So each sheet has 2 rows. So I counted how many were in
Yeah.
a row.
Yeah.
So I just doubled that to 12 because there's 6 per row, and then I had 4 sheets, so 48.
Math
I wish I was
right.
that good at math.
Dizzy, is Andy sitting? Is Andy still next to you, Dizzy?
What?
No,
Is Andy? Oh, thank you, Andy. Love you.
Andy heard you.
I love you, Reggie.
Love you. See how nice she is,
All right.
guys? She's nice.
Oh,
You know what? You're so lucky I'm on Disney's account. Otherwise, the words that almost came out of my mouth would have been blasted to 2.7 thousand people.
Oh no. 82 guest requests. Wow. Wow,
Andy?
guys.
I don't think Andy's taking a mental health break. Are you taking a mental health break?
No, I'm not taking a mental health break.
Nah, she's good. I just hopped on so she's not gonna be like, get off.
I'll only tell you to get off in other ways.
Oh my god, okay.
Okay, new guest. Sorry.
Okay. Savannah, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
You're a little bit quiet. Can you come closer to your mic?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Your age and pronouns, please.
I am 31 and she, her. I think
31
I'm
Sheeter.
female, she, her.
All right. Badass. And am I a woman?
I believe that you are, which I really don't know like a whole lot about it. I have a friend that I actually met on here that we got really close. And she's transitioning from a he to a she. And I'm just trying to figure out like a little bit more about it because I've kind of watched Ari a little bit.
Love Ari. Ari's amazing. Everyone follow Ari.
And I'm just trying to understand how does it happen? Like, are you born thinking that feeling that you are trapped in the wrong body, or like how does?
Some of us do use the phrase "trapped in the wrong body." I do on and off, kind of. I don't love the phrase, but it kind of is an okay explanation for it. But gender identity develops between the ages of 3 and 7. So that's when it is typical for a child to recognize that they're a boy, that they're a girl, etc. And some people, some kids will recognize that their gender has developed incongruently from their sex. So I recognized that I was a girl, even though everyone was telling me that I was a boy.
Does that cause a lot of issues mentally for you? Like, people trying to tell you that you're something that you know in your head you're not?
Yes, it caused a lot of suffering because I was not educated on LGBT matters, on trans people, because I had no trans people to look up to. I felt alone. I felt broken, felt like there was something wrong with me. And that led to a lot of depression.
I can understand that. Yeah, see, I've never been around it either. I grew up in a Baptist household where you were born with certain parts. You were gender, sex, whatever. I know it's different now, but back then, you were told you got a male appendage, you're a male. You got a female, you're a female, and you don't think no other way. Like very conservative
Thank you,
type
Reggie.
home. Huh?
Reggie sent me a little heart, so I said thank you.
Very conservative type home. So I'm just trying to understand y'all, like what y'all are going through and how it is.
So I am looking for opposition, Savannah. I think it might be a good idea for you to listen in on this live because you're going to hear all kinds of opinions from my guests.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a
But I am
follow
looking for
so I
opposition.
can come watch you some more.
Sorry?
I sent you a follow so I can watch your lives.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You have a good day, okay, Savannah?
You too.
Everyone, I'm addicted to TikTok Live, so I have no idea how long I'm going to be on. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get it past 500,000 likes. I think I've only been past 500,000 maybe 2 other times. So let's do it, guys. Let's break 500,000 likes.
I have a question, Dora.
Yep.
What's your favorite Doritos?
Favorite? It's plain. It's plain Doritos.
There's plain ones?
Well, not plain. You know,
Like
that's
original?
Cool
Oh,
Ranch.
nacho. I like sweet
Yeah.
chili.
Nacho.
Nacho is not the plain one. Cool Ranch is plain.
Oh, those are gross.
Oh, see, Cool Ranch. That's not what everybody thinks of when you say plain.
I like Cool
Really?
Ranch.
I love no. I think of the nacho, like the just
Yeah,
cheddar,
those
or
are like the original,
cheddar
aren't
nacho,
they?
whatever. Yeah.
Aren't the nacho the original?
Nacho's
I like the
okay.
nacho
It's
ones,
boring.
but from Mexico because
I don't
they
like Cool
taste
Ranch. I don't
different.
like ranch stuff, so.
I love Cool Ranch. Yeah, Cool Ranch. That's easily my favorite. Rawr, thank you so much.
Trash. Agree to disagree.
Yeah, also hate
Do
the
you
Cool
see?
Ranch.
Do you see how we can do that as friends, but still support
Yeah.
each other's human rights? Wow, that's amazing.
Shocking. Okay, this person's not connecting. Everyone keep tapping. Tap and share, please.
Do you want me to let people in, Azora, so you can play?
Yeah, we can control the mod
That's
stuff
right, you
if you want
can,
to just
yeah.
pay attention to your games.
How you doing, babyface?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right? Age and pronouns, please.
I'm 28 and she, her.
28, she, her. Fantastic. And am I a woman?
From what I can see, yes. But at the end of the day, it's what you identify as is what you identify as.
I would have to agree with that. Are you opposition, babyface?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Are you looking for opposition?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. I'm not opposed.
No problem. Appreciate the support, though. You have a good day, babyface.
You too.
Opposition only in the box. If you please check to see if you've accidentally requested. Friendlies, drive-bys are sometimes welcome.
Can you guys see that? It's my cat.
See what?
It's my cat
Oh.
laying on my kid.
On a child, I was gonna say. Aww.
Hello, Guts. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right? Your age and pronouns, please.
I'm 17 and it's she, her.
I appreciate you being honest, but you have to
young.
be 18 to go live.
I can't wait till we can do this in person again.
Right.
Me too.
It's so close.
I know.
Oh, snap. I didn't know I was going to get picked. Oh, snap.
Aw,
How you doing, Lizzie
Michaela.
Wiz?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Doing all right? Your age and pronouns, please.
I am, I don't know how to say it. Him.
Okay,
Him.
and your age?
29.
Okay. And am I a woman?
Yes, you are. It doesn't matter. Like, love is love. You know what I mean?
Doesn't make sense, but okay.
Right. That's not quite the question, but I'm glad that you think that I'm a woman. Are you opposition?
What does that mean? Like, I'm getting hit with with words I never heard of.
Okay. So I'm looking for people that think that I'm not a woman.
Well, that's the
Like,
thing. Well, that's the thing. I'm not judgmental. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to judge people. I just,
Okay, that's great.
it's
It
whatever
sounds to
you
me like
are.
you're not opposition though. So I really appreciate you, Wizzy, but I am looking for people to have a debate.
All right, for sure.
You have a good day, Wizzy, okay?
You too.
Thank you for coming on. Bye.
Yeah, it sounded like a smoke detector.
Yeah.
Bye,
Guys, I do not want
Yay.
anyone mocking the guests for not knowing the definition of the word. It's okay to not know things.
He seemed like he was trying to learn.
Yeah.
That's sweet. He was trying.
Yeah.
Nate, I can try to do your hair. You have really dark hair though. I don't know how much bleach.
I'm really good at it. I've bleached so many people's hair.
Oh, well, there you go. Let Dizzy do it.
Hi,
How you doing today?
I'm getting you.
I am doing fantastic. Your age and pronouns, please.
I'm 23 and I don't know my pronouns. So can I
Okay,
just
it's
leave
okay to
that
not know
as
them.
is?
How do you identify?
Okay. You said, how do I,
Yeah, do you identify
as a
as a man,
woman?
a woman, non-binary, as a woman? And when people refer to you, do you prefer them to use what pronouns? Like he, him, they, them, she,
She.
her. Okay, fantastic. All right, and am
She.
I a woman?
No.
Why am I not a
In
woman?
my opinion.
Yeah, why?
Because you weren't born.
No one is
Nobody's
born a
born a
woman. You
woman.
weren't born a woman. I wasn't born a woman. No one is born a woman.
But I was though. At birth.
Female.
You were a girl.
Like that's on my,
Female?
yes, like that's what I was identified as.
And is female and woman the same thing?
Most definitely.
No.
I mean, but okay. So I can say that women
So
and
before
men,
we move
we
on, hold
do
on
come
one
from the
second. Hold on
same.
1 second. Excuse me, you're misinformed and we need to just, we're going to try to educate. So sex and gender are different. Do you know the difference between sex and gender?
You can inform me.
Yeah, sex is what we're assigned at birth. They usually look at our genitals and they assign us a sex. It's usually male or female. There's intersex, but that's a different conversation. It's made up by 5 characteristics. There's that 5 characteristics make up our sex. And gender is our psychosocial schema that develops starting in the womb and it finishes developing around the age of 7.
Okay. But my
So
point is going back to at birth, when you come out the womb. Well, first of all, they know the birth at a certain trimester when you're pregnant, when a woman is pregnant. In
they
my
know the
opinion,
sex. Is that what you're trying to say? They know the sex of the baby? Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, they know that if the baby's gonna, they usually know if it's gonna be a female or a male. Yes. But they don't assign it, oh, we don't say babies are women, right?
Okay.
Women is a gender identity that comes later as an adult.
And we do, as a
So
society,
what do you have?
tend.
Okay, so
Wait,
what
as a
is
society,
that
we
to
do
say
tend. Hold
for?
on. Hold. As a society, we do tend to assign gender based on sex.
Right. And typically it lines up. So typically if a child is born female, they typically identify as a girl and then later on a woman. But it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes they're born female and they identify as a man or a boy when they're a child and then a man later. The same thing with a trans woman. They are born male and they identify as a woman later on in life.
Okay, so I'm still confused because what about the people that come out knowing exactly what they are? Okay. Like, how do you
You mean
later know what's your, like, are you saying that in gender?
right? So what happens is like you're born and so I'll use myself as an example. I'm a cisgendered woman. Okay, so I was female. I am a female at birth, and I identified as a girl, and I identify as a woman. So I'm cisgender. My sex and my gender are congruent. If they were
Okay.
incongruent, then I would be a trans person. That's what transgender means. So if I was
Okay.
born female and I identified as a man, I would be a transgender man. But since I identify as a woman, I am cisgendered.
Okay. It makes sense because you're transitioning. It's your later transitioning. Okay. All right.
It's
I
You don't
mean,
have to transition in order to be trans.
so
I'm glad we're getting through to you, but trans does not inherently mean transition. It's short for transgender. You don't have to do anything to your body to identify as transgender, to be transgender, excuse me.
okay. So, but if you're not transitioned, like if you haven't done anything to your body, then you're still that sex, right?
We're not
Mm-hmm.
claiming to change our sex. I can change aspects of my sex. We're talking about gender, and we're not talking about changing our gender. We're talking about affirming it.
Okay.
Around. Thank you.
Okay. I'm just trying to get more educated on this.
Of course, that's 100% okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice. Thank you. I don't think I have any more questions or anything else. I think it was really that.
Okay. Well, you have a good day. I hope you will continue to listen in on. You can listen in here. You can listen in on other trans lives. I hope you will continue to listen. But you have a good day.
You have a good day too.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
We still have 70 requests. My God. Even with the numbers starting to go down a little bit, we still have 70 requests.
Was
My
I
cats are just
rude?
trapped in my entire place right now.
Was I really
No, it
rude?
doesn't matter what we say,
I'm trying to be
Reggie.
rude. True. I know, but I still like if I was coming off as rude, like I
I don't
genuinely
think
was
so.
not. Okay. I thought we made it. I thought we got through to her.
I definitely think that
Hi,
there's
Izzy.
progress there.
L Mel, L Reggie. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Joel, you are always in here watching, commenting, like I see you all the time.
All right, this person's not connecting. Hot Dog's here. Hot Dog is one of my friends that never gets put up at the top, ever. So half the time I never even know that Hot Dog is requesting.
That's weird.
All right, thank you
Yeah, mine
for the
does that
cat.
too. There's certain people it puts way on the bottom.
Hello, Hot Dog. Kieran, Kieran, weren't you up here earlier, or am I wrong?
What was that?
Were you up here earlier today?
No, I have not been on here at all, actually.
Okay. What's your age and your pronouns?
I am 20 and my pronouns are she, her.
All right, fantastic. Am I a woman?
I mean, if you all want to identify as one, I believe you can, but me personally, I don't think you are. I mean, were you born with male anatomy at birth?
Yep.
So you're a man. It's settled.
Keyword there is male.
So you're a man. It's settled.
Why
Nope.
does it? Okay.
We got a coward. That is what we call a coward.
I was gonna say I recognize that voice. I think she does that.
Kieran, come back up. Come back up. You think you got a mic drop? You think you did? Here's the mic. You think you dropped it, but I caught it. I caught it. So come on back up. Let's talk.
Why do people care so much what people like originally have on their bodies? Like, I'm not gonna say that I don't know what Adora's original hair color is, but I'm not gonna say Adora's a brunette. I'm gonna say that she has green hair. Oh, there you go. There you go. But I'll say that you have green hair to describe you. It doesn't matter what somebody originally has.
Yeah, it's so strange.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Armian.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And your age and pronouns, please.
I'm 24. He, him.
All right. And am I a woman? All right.
What I'm thinking right now, in my present state of ignorance, is that you are a trans woman or trans.
I am a trans woman, but I'm also a woman.
Well, see, I think a woman isn't a trans woman, but I think a trans woman is a trans woman or trans.
Why?
Because you introduce yourself as a trans woman and trans.
Do I?
Well, you did right now. Like you said.
I mean, it says right up here, I am a woman. It doesn't say I am a trans woman.
Yes, but I think
you're a trans. Like you're not a woman. You're a trans woman or trans.
Because
like,
when I talk to a woman, they don't say that they're trans or a trans woman. But when
you talk to a tall woman, does she say that she's tall?
No.
When you talk to a smart woman, does she say that she's smart?
Well, I just feel like in terms of gender, like fixating on gender specifically, I feel like there is a branch of being trans that is inseparable from the identity. Like I feel like you making this, like a woman wouldn't make a poll asking if they are a woman.
This is such bad logic. You guys, I hear this every day. This is such bad logic.
And you're wrong anyway.
Well, if my mom went on, and by the way, I just want to have like complete respect right now because I'm working through this thought as well. So like there's complete respect on both ends. I'm not trying to like these conversations are difficult for me because I don't want to. It's difficult to have a conversation where the direction goes in the way of invalidating your entire core identity, which is like a very tall tower that you have built up through your entire.
What?
No, well, this is
well. Like, I just want. So I have a really good example. So just hold on a second. So the other day, hold on. The other day, I ran a live with Adora, right? And I am a good mom. Prove me wrong. And I did have someone message me and say, well, if you were a good mom, you wouldn't actually have to put that up there. Like that's not the point. That doesn't mean shit. That's just really stupid logic.
If you said, "Are you a mom?" If you made a thing that said, "Am I a mom?" If you're asking, "Am I a mom?" and you are a mom, like why would you ask people if you're a mom?
That wasn't the point of her. That wasn't what she said.
Well, I think her point was not completely correlated to the point that is in this current example.
The point is that it's a conversation starter. That's the point. She puts it up there so that we can have a conversation. Yes, we do attract awful bigoted people. And if you are going to be an awful bigoted people, we will not respect you. That's how it works in these spaces.
No, but I'm saying, well, yeah, I understand. But I'm just saying, like, if in this previous example you said, "Am I a mom?" and you are a mom, I think the question in itself is pointing towards the fact that...
What would be the purpose of that question? What would be the purpose of asking someone, "Am I a mom?"
Well, what's the purpose of asking, "Am I a woman?"
She didn't say, "Am I?"
It's a conversation
it says,
starter.
"I am." So it'd be me saying, "I am a mom." Prove me wrong.
Saying, yeah,
and
exactly.
It's because that people don't think that she is. That's the point.
Right. So it doesn't mean that she's not. It's a
well,
topic.
The thing is, like
the thing is, if I'm a cisgender woman, right? So if I ran the topic, "I am a woman," prove me wrong. It doesn't mean that I'm not a woman because that's my topic.
If you like, see, the thing is, like, why would you need to ask that question if you know for a fact that
Okay,
you are that
okay.
thing. Like
Stop.
I'm black. I wouldn't say like,
Because
am I black?
because people
Armian,
sorry.
do you believe that I am a woman?
I believe you're a trans woman.
There's the reason that I have to ask this. Because I am a woman, and a huge percent of the population thinks that I'm not.
I understand.
That's why I have to ask this.
Well,
Okay, do you
another.
understand how adjectives work
Yes.
to describe a noun?
Yes.
Okay, what is the noun in trans woman?
Transitioned.
That is not
No.
the noun.
Or
What?
trans, like like
No.
trans.
That is not the noun.
Okay, so tell me.
Woman is the noun.
Okay.
So why can we not just use the noun? Why do we have to always describe the noun instead of just saying the noun?
Why do we have to describe the noun instead of saying the noun?
Exactly. In
What do
every
you mean?
situation.
What do you mean?
Like, I am a black woman, but I don't have to always say that. I can just say I am a woman. I don't have to always describe the noun, which is a woman. I don't have to
Well, yeah,
describe it.
you can say you're a woman for sure, but you're still a black woman.
Okay, but I am a woman.
Yes,
It
yes,
doesn't.
yes.
The adjective doesn't take away from the noun of her being a woman. That's the point. Just like
Yeah.
trans doesn't take away from being a woman. It's just an adjective that describes the noun.
Yes. Okay, I understand what you're saying. So another part of my current confusion
So,
is what was that?
I mean, so do you agree? Trans women are women.
Well, I'm still exploring the thought because I'm not like, yeah, I'm still exploring the thought because another point that I'm thinking of is oriented around like beyond like the cosmetic part of a woman and more so thinking about like, for example, I think there's aspects of women that are beyond cosmetic. And I think in America, it's like, oh, a woman is like the things that they wear and the things that they
Do you think
present themselves
You
at.
didn't say anything about
do you
cosmetic. What are you talking about?
Wait,
do you
didn't say
think
anything
being
about
a
what?
trans woman is purely cosmetic?
Well, I think a lot of it is cosmetic based.
It's not.
It's literally not.
Do you know what
And,
trans means?
Yes.
Well, what does it mean?
Trans, it means like trans, like kind of from one to another, like transition.
No,
No.
it means on another side. Well, the prefix trans means on another side. The way we're using it is it's short for transgender. It just means their gender identity doesn't align with their sex assigned at birth. You don't have to transition to be trans.
Okay.
okay,
So,
why can't trans women be included in womanhood? Why can't trans women be included in womanhood?
because I guess I think women are like very to go from being a man to a woman. I feel like
They
That's
were
not
never
what
men.
we're claiming is happening.
Yeah, they were never men. So what I'm saying is, why can't trans women be a part of womanhood? Why can't they? What would be the negative effects of us recognizing trans women as women?
well, like 100%, where like trans women don't have to make the preface that they are trans, like they're just fully woman, like without.
We don't have to say that we're trans women.
Yeah, I don't know
Did you
what you mean by
wait?
fully a woman,
But I
they're
think you
women.
Did you
do. I
hear
think
what
you
I
do.
said?
I
Did
think
you
you
hear
do
what I
have to
said? Because
preface it
I feel
because.
like
But I think you do have to preface it because you still have like origins of a masculine
Armians.
anatomy and like body structure.
Armians.
What?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, but like I'm saying that
Repeat
if
it
you
to
are
me. Repeat it to me.
you're saying if you're trans, it's being on the other side of like gender identity, and it doesn't necessarily.
No. Trans
No,
means that
that
your
is
sex
not.
diversity and gender identity don't align.
Say it again.
It means that you're sex.
Sorry, it's just funny that you went back to saying exactly the opposite of what I had said. Like, oh, going from being a man to being a woman. That's not what being trans is. Being trans
I
is
said
your gender
gender
identity doesn't align with your. I'm sorry. Your
That's what I
gender
said.
identity doesn't. I'm sorry. Your gender identity doesn't align with your assigned sex at birth.
That's what I said.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I said the other side of gender identity when it doesn't necessarily when they're
That's
like,
not what Hot Dog just said to you.
The other side of gender identity. We're not saying that there's an other side of gender identity. This is just their gender identity that doesn't align with their biological sex.
That's what I meant when I said.
Answered the question on what the negative effects would be on saying that trans women are women and including them.
Okay, let me explain.
Okay.
Because I was trying to say what your point was by saying the other side of gender identity, but I guess like the semantics of my words didn't like feel like it synced up. But anyway,
it's really not semantics. I mean, you first of all, you said the noun in trans woman was transitioned when that's a verb, past tense. So I think you need to focus more on accuracy in your speech.
Okay.
Because you hear something and then say something completely different and then call it semantics. It's just it's disingenuous.
No, my words came out differently, but I was trying to express that like that your point was that their gender identity was not aligned with their like assigned like original state. Anyway, so yeah, you're right. So the other thing that I was curious about was the reason why I feel like you have to preface trans and say that you're trans is because like your biological structure is intrinsically different than I think a vast majority of
Right, that has nothing to do with whether or not I'm a woman, though. That has to do with whether or not I'm male or female.
Well, I think it has to do with you being completely female or being trans or being like someone who is like not 100% a biological female, and I think that differentiation is important.
Percentages of female, like
yeah, but what do you mean by percent?
Like biologically,
you're saying that their body. What about their body that you have a problem with?
Well, I personally don't have a problem with it, but I'm just thinking within like the delicate social fabric of things like, I don't know, incarceration systems, prisons, places
I think it would be extremely dangerous to put a trans woman in a men's prison. That would be extremely dangerous.
But what if they identified as a man? What if they identified as a man? What if a woman identified as a man and went into a man's prison?
A woman?
Yeah, okay. Women should be in the men's prison.
That is not what I just said. That's not what I just said. I said putting a trans woman in a jail that is meant for men when she is a woman will be highly dangerous for her.
And I think it could be dangerous for other women to put a trans, like if, like for example, if I decide if I had
statistically no one's deciding anything.
Well,
again,
I'm just saying, and like
no,
like if wait, let me make a point. Like if
your point is dumb.
If like a 6'5" woman with like a penis went to a woman's prison, I think there could be issues.
What did the penis have to do with anything?
And what does 6'5" have to do with anything? There are tall women.
I know, no, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but what did the penis have to do with your point? Like a 6'5" woman?
Because I'm saying
period.
Like a 6'5".
There's 6'5" cis women.
Okay, so are you determining women by their genitalia? Do you think like the interchanging of woman and vagina is the same thing?
Do I think the interchanging of a woman? Say that again.
Do you just see women as vaginas?
Yeah, there you go.
No. That's why I said a 6'5" woman with a penis. I just said that.
So why would you care? Why does it
Yeah, why are
matter?
you pointing
Because
out
if
penis
like
then?
for example, like if because I think it's worth noting that if like if there was a prison, if I was a woman and my prison mate was a 6'5" woman with a penis, I would be very terrified. Like
How are
I
you
would
gonna know that?
What are you
because
Yeah.
talking
I would
about?
love for you to take a poll on female prisoners about this,
And
because guaranteed they're not that fucking scared of that.
they're probably
the
scared
reason
of
the reason why I
they're
bring it up
definitely
is
scared of
because
the
the
security
There's
reason
guard
the
fucking
people.
reason
shanks in prison, dude.
the reason why I
But
bring it up the
no,
reason why I
you
bring
need
it
to
up is
stop.
because if
So wait.
if
The
anyone
whole
has the
reason we went
ability
onto
to
this subject in the
God,
first
these
place, the
if
whole
and
reason we went onto this
hypothetical
subject
things
in
are.
the first. Oh, sorry.
because
He's
if
about to make really awful claim too.
because
Yeah,
if
we
if
went on this subject and on why we should why we shouldn't allow trans women into womanhood. What is your reasoning for that? You brought up a penis. Why does that matter?
well I was just I was making a point that the distinction of being trans and being a woman is an interesting thing to observe, because if
What
we
is the
say
distinction?
if
What
we
is
say
the
if we
distinction?
say that this 6'5" woman with a penis with like a
Stop
huge
saying that.
why
Stop.
not
Because
why
you're
can't I
being
say that?
disingenuous. You're not answering the question.
Tell-
What is the problem? Because also every trans woman doesn't have a penis.
I know.
So why do you keep saying that over and over and over again? And what
Because
about wait. And what about trans men with penises? And with your logic, you would believe that a trans man that's 6'5" with a penis belongs in a woman's prison.
no. Why would
So where should the trans man go?
Well, I personally think that in an idealized situation, we shouldn't even say man or woman in those situations. We should like kind of organize the prison based on like testosterone and like body weight or something, because if a whole bunch of people and like we should like eliminate the man and woman thing in that
Think that
situation.
through real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what my therapist has told me. Play the tape. Play the
What's
tape.
up?
Play the fucking tape. Like,
Okay.
Are you serious?
What are you
Well,
asking?
you completely you just love to pivot and like not address actual things that I'm saying.
Well, I'm just telling you like where I'm naturally like thinking, because like I don't know, it's a difficult situation. Like if people with penises are identifying as women and going into female prisons, and if people with like
Do you honestly think that
not-
that's how it works?
That's
Name
not how
one
it
case
works, and
where
that's what you just said.
Name one case in which a cisgender woman was gravely harmed by a transgender woman in prison.
where a cisgender woman, well,
And don't even think about bringing up the New Jersey case, because that was consensual sex.
Like he has no point. Like that's why he keeps pivoting, because his logic doesn't make any sense.
No, I think he's looking up his confirmation bias.
Oh, Mel left. Okay. Well, I don't know if Mel's still
yeah.
here, but bye, Mel. Thank you.
She said she had a call. I don't know if she was coming back.
Maybe when I'm like tabbed out. Hello?
Okay.
Can you?
Yep, you're here. I hear you.
Yeah.
Could you not hear me when I was tabbed out?
No.
Yeah, you have to be in the line.
No, we can't hear you off the app.
Oh, so I saw an article that was talking about a female prisoner that was harmed by a trans inmate. But when I started reading it out, I think I was tabbed out.
What state? So I can look it up.
Just type in female prisoner harmed by trans inmate, and I like clicked the first one and just started reading.
So you search with confirmation bias. That's
Well, I
Anyway,
was looking. You told me to search up one instance, so I typed in exactly that.
I didn't search up instances. So
I typed in
search that up for
I typed in has the female prisoner been harmed by a trans inmate, and then I just clicked the first link.
Do you
And
understand what confirmation bias is?
well, yes, but he told me to find one instance of a trans woman that was a inmate that was harmed by a trans woman.
So if
So,
you were really concerned about this, I feel like you probably would have known what case you were talking about.
well, I just typed it in for the first time right then because I was using like
Right, because you don't actually care about this. You're just trying to make a point in this argument that you're not doing very good at.
Well, my it's more so like curiosity, and it's coming from a place of like a personal state of like intuition, not like research.
Okay, so
And
you just have an aversion to trans people. You have an aversion for them to be accepted in society, personally.
Well,
yeah, do you think that's a good way of life, is to just
I don't
have
think it's I
intuition
don't think
about
it's
things, not actually research and understand these things? Because
I
you're very
think
far behind in this subject, friend.
I think it's difficult because it's a way of life that's asking for acceptance like intrinsically.
We all
Well,
ask for acceptance. What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't.
Yes,
You
you
wouldn't,
do.
you're not asking for healthcare. Like, do you think that it's okay for people to take away your healthcare just for you simply existing
Well,
and they don't agree with it?
I don't ask for acceptance of my identity.
Okay, that's not what I asked you. Like, if people were taking
Well, I'm
away your
specifying my
healthcare,
point.
if people
if
were
you were in a
taking
hospital,
away,
sorry.
it's okay. If people were taking away your healthcare for you being who you are, you would accept that? You would just say, well, I don't need anybody's acceptance, so that's fine. Or would you fight against that?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I would.
Okay, well, that's what's happening right now. She's not seeking validation. She's trying to fight for her rights.
We all want a certain level of being accepted. I can't speak in society. Like we all want a level of that.
Well, the more I've given,
decency, respect. We all ask those things, and there's nothing wrong with asking those things. And you still have not given a good or valid reason on why trans women should be excluded from womanhood. You still have not given a valid reason for that at all.
Well, like the only, and I think being included in womanhood is something that like I don't want to take that away from anyone.
No, are you a woman?
Huh?
You're like
So,
backtracking. Like, what is your point, dude? Like, I don't understand the point of this conversation. You keep backtracking.
Well, my whole point since the beginning is I feel like trans women and women are like not like fully 100% completely identically the same thing. Like that was my main point from the beginning. And
they're not.
But we're not making that claim, though. So
Wait.
why are you bringing that up?
Wait. We are making the claim that trans women and women are the same. We're not saying that trans women and cis women are the same. Just like we're saying that tall women and short women are not the same.
Okay, so I agree with you then.
Armenian.
But they're still all women. I'm sorry, Hot Dog. Go on.
It's okay. I think I interrupted you, so never mind.
What was that? Oh yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. Like I don't think that my point has ever been that like I don't want.
Oh no. When I said I think I interrupted you, I was talking to Michaela.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So like my point was always fixated around the kind of cloud of thoughts that like. Yes, I agree that I think trans women could be, included in many aspects of cis womanhood. But I guess like a lot of my thoughts were circling around like there is 100% a difference within the identity of a trans woman and a cis woman, and I guess I'm thinking that those two self-perceptions or like the manifestations of those differences is what I was considering in terms of like the way that we currently orient things as like society. Like for example, like I don't know, like for example, like in
Yes,
like
so that's a no shit, Sherlock. Like trans
like
women and cis women, there's a reason for there being different terms. They're not the same. Trans women and cis women are not the same, but they are both women. Quick question. The article that you read, was that out of Illinois?
I was just searching articles and reading them as I was like looking at them, and it cut me out of the live, so I just stopped looking at articles.
Oh, that's hilarious. That you looked at headlines.
No, I just didn't. No,
First article
I
that I
didn't even
pulled
read an
up
article.
was
I didn't read anything. I just stopped.
first article that I pulled up. I'm sorry. The first article that I pulled up was seriously. The first article that I pulled up was a case out of Illinois where a cisgender woman claimed she was sexually assaulted by a trans woman. In the same state, there were two transgender women who demanded to be moved from the male prison to the female prison because they were sexually assaulted by multiple inmates and multiple guards. So, not to diminish anyone's experience, but trans women are, as Michaela said earlier, are at a higher risk for assault.
In prisons?
Everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that to all the trans prisoners.
I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that we're having like trans women are women, and they
so another question I have, and
trans men are men, and they're not going to be. I don't want them in women's spaces.
You said you don't want them in women's spaces?
I don't want trans men to be in women's spaces because they are men.
Okay, so what about like if you're in a woman's? So this is another question I have. Like if you're like in like for example like in like a public bathhouse in like Japan or something, if like a trans woman came in, but like they were not really into like all the like surgeries or anything, and you know, they were just in a place with like, you know, young.
Why do you always use that as an argument? Why are you
it's just a thought.
always saying no? Why are you always saying a trans woman that hasn't gone through any level of transition?
Because there's a lot of trans women that do that.
As a point. And why are you using a bathhouse in Japan?
Because this is part of trying to understand like social settings. Like
those trans women are fine.
I can answer this question from real life experience. A bathhouse in New York or a bathhouse in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So typically, the bathhouse in New York or the bathhouse in Chicago are gay spaces for gay men. Sometimes trans women show up. Sometimes trans men show up.
Well,
guess what doesn't happen?
What?
Anyone giving a single fuck.
Well, part.
If I was at a bathhouse, I'm not even going to be. I wouldn't even be in a bathhouse like with multiple like naked people. But if I somehow obtained myself in that situation, I am not going to be looking at anybody's genitalia. I will barely be looking at anyone at all. I'll just be trying to get my shower and get out. So it would not bother me.
Well, that's why like I was bringing. That's why, because this is a thought that I had the other day, because my brother was in Japan and he was in like a bathhouse there, and like there's like a whole bunch of you know, like in like the women's section of the bathhouse, there's like kids of all ages, and like they're all just like bathing and just like I feel like in that situation
No, nobody's advocating for public showers where adults are bathing with kids. I don't at all.
or people
The
of
angle
all
to
ages.
take, especially when we don't really have bathhouses like that in America,
Yeah.
unless you're going to specific spas or you're going to like a Korean bathhouse in which they have specific guidelines on how they want that handled. This is a very random pivot.
It's not that random because the world is beyond America and womanhood is beyond America.
But we're talking about America as
We
in
aren't.
this bathroom situation is
We
a
aren't
very
talking about
specific to
America.
America
We're talking about the
thing.
world.
We're talking
Most
about
bathhouses in 2023 across the world are for doing the do.
Adults is what we're
Yeah,
saying.
well,
Adults.
people.
Children should not be there. So if
such a
you're
weird pivot.
an
Well,
adult
people.
going to one
Let's
of these
just say
places,
people. Let's just say people.
no. If you're an adult that's going to one of these places and you understand that there's going to be genitalia out, then that's an adult to deal with, not children. We don't need to bring children into this. Nobody's advocating for having
Okay,
public bathhouses with children.
So let's just say a bathhouse with old women and would a trans person
Absolutely
feel
welcome. Yes. Trans women are welcome in wherever I'm allowed to be at. Yes.
And I just told you how trans men are welcomed at the bathhouses that I've been to.
say that again?
And I just told you how trans men and trans women have been welcomed at the bathhouses that I've been to.
Oh, that's great.
I feel like you're just like digging at this point.
Well, I'm digging at what point?
Like, no, at this point, as in like now, like at this point in the conversation, you're just digging for an issue.
Well, I thought you wanted to. I thought you came here for a debate.
This is not a debate at this point. This is you just looking for a problem and
No.
you don't find one. This is weird.
Yeah.
Right. We're looking for people with actual opposition, not just somebody who's trying to find a problem.
Well, yeah, I came to just have some have some clarity and say some things that could create some interesting conversations.
Interesting conversations because quite literally at some point we all peed together until commercialism took place, which is a whole other conversation. And then otherwise, in the 80s or the 90s, majority of bathhouses in the United States of America closed because of a very specific outbreak that occurred. And the bathroom conversation that we're having now is one of those that can be considered a uniquely American issue, as when you travel outside this country, there are genderless bathrooms in other countries. So like this is very nuanced and also a very weird pivot to take to bathhouses.
Because in other countries, there's more genderless bathrooms. You're talking kind of fast. I couldn't hear you. But yeah, so the thing that I found interesting that you guys were talking about was saying that to be trans is something that is like a what was that?
Nothing. Sorry.
Did you see that, Richie?
Wait, what happened? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I found it interesting that like being trans is like an internalized kind of like decision, despite like physical circumstance. And
I know for a fact that it's been said already that it's not a decision. How much are you actually listening in this conversation?
Well, it's a decision, like conscious or subconscious. It's like a decision of the body.
No, it's not.
It's not even a subconscious.
No, it's not.
So it's not a subconscious decision. So here's what science says.
Well, the body makes decisions.
No, so here's what science says about here's the possibility that science has explored about the possibility of a child having an incongruence, which would then later on lead to a child being diagnosed as trans. Right now, it's hypothesized that a person carrying a child or a fetus, if they have or experience immense stress within a certain time period of their pregnancy, that causes an imbalance of hormonal washes, which can then lead to a child experiencing significant
what?
But hold on, I'm gonna pause for a second. Adora, I'm just gonna check in with you. You're a good friend?
know what just
Yeah,
happened.
Okay.
I'm dealing with something on my Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
checking in with you. Just wanted to make sure. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, which can lead to an imbalance of hormonal washes that the fetus receives, which can cause an incongruence later on. And this is hypothesized by taking brain matter and seeing that there are trans women and trans men who have what seems to be identical matches in brain matter to that of a cis, whatever the gender we're talking about would be. And so that's not a decision that's being made consciously or subconsciously.
It's a decision the body's making.
Do you understand the difference between the conscious, the subconscious, and the somatic?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me the difference between the conscious, the subconscious, and the somatic.
Well, the conscious is a decision you're making with awareness. The subconscious is a decision you
We're
are
talking
making.
about development. We're not talking about a thought. There is no thought process in this. This is
Well,
the
I
body
think
developing.
That's yeah.
Well, I think consciousness. I think consciousness is like making decisions like beyond our like just like pure consciousness of your
You
body's
don't make any
intelligence.
decisions in your body developing. Your body just develops. And sometimes things happen that changes how your body develops. That is not a decision consciously or subconsciously happening.
Thank you for the sub.
Well, yeah, I guess you could look at the functions of the body in many different ways. Like if you get bitten by like a mosquito and like I think blood is deciding to go to that place, you know.
Are you
like
high?
No.
Blood doesn't decide to go to that place; it just does.
Yeah, it does. Like that's its decision. Like that's the way I look at it.
Oh my god.
How old is this person? Did he say 18? Is this an 18-year-old? Is that who we're talking about?
What does the blood use to make that decision?
You see us as separate from blood. You see you.
What does the blood use to make that decision?
I see the human. I see like the
What
blood.
does the
like
blood
the blood.
use to make that decision?
Well, but instead of like hopping into like your narrow point, I'm gonna explain my thought fully, and my thought fully is that I don't see the consciousness of our blood.
What does the blood use to make that
All right,
decision?
you can keep on cutting me off, but I'm gonna explain my point without having to hop into your point.
No,
What I'm
I
saying.
think you're fucking crazy.
Okay,
Like,
well, let me
what does
explain
the
my
blood
point so you don't have
use
to think
make
that.
that decision?
All right, listen to me explain my point instead of making me say the words that you want me to say. So what I'm saying is the blood moving to a specific point because of its awareness of the situation. I don't see differently from us getting into a car.
Awareness? You think blood has awareness?
Yes, I do. I do
Yeah,
think
what
blood has
does
awareness.
blood use for an awareness? What does blood use to have awareness?
What do you use for awareness?
My fucking brain.
Yeah, and the blood does too.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think.
This is
listen,
trolling. You're
No,
a
it
troll.
doesn't.
This
No,
can't be
it
real anymore.
literally doesn't.
listen.
It
I don't
literally
see.
does not. The blood literally does not take messages from
I
the
don't
brain.
believe free will. Like that's like the point I'm getting at. The point I'm getting at is
So
I
then
think
there's
like
no choice, and then your whole point is
well
mute.
that's why my word of choice. That's why when I said choice, I said
What
like
does the blood use to make a choice?
it uses like
if there's no
the
free will, then
infinite
there's no
web of
decision.
consciousness in the galaxy.
All right,
In
guys,
the solar
we're getting a little too philosophical here. I'd really like to re-listen.
Do,
I
Okay.
do
mean, he
you
just
have
said the blood
verbal
has
thoughts?
awareness. So
Yes, I
Do
think
you have
everything has
verbal?
awareness. I think
Do,
everything
do
is
you have
conscious.
verbal thoughts?
All right, you
Like,
guys
do
clearly
you think in
clearly
words?
aren't like aware of like
Do
any
you think in
Eastern
words?
like
Do
mindsets.
you think in words?
Do you have any familiarity with Eastern concepts of
Is
consciousness?
it
Do you
shrooms?
think in words?
I think in both. I think in pictures.
Is
Actually, I
it
think in pictures.
shrooms?
I think in images.
That's
psilocybin?
great, amazing. So
Anybody?
if you made the decision right now to raise your hand, that's a decision.
Maybe.
That would be a conscious decision. If you dodged something that was coming at you, that would be subconscious. If a doctor took a mallet to your knee and you flinched, that would be a somatic. It's not a decision. If a doctor takes the mallet and hits you on the knee to test your reflexes, that's not a decision.
Well, I think everything is that.
It doesn't
What
even
you just
use your
described,
brain
like
for that.
hitting,
It
I
doesn't
think
even use your brain for that.
hitting a mallet against your knee and making it kick up, I think everything is that. Like, I think every decision is the equivalent of that.
You are definitely lifted.
There's no way.
There's no way this is sobriety.
I think everything is cause and action. Like, I think you having that reaction of rolling your eyes to the thing I said is the equivalent of me hitting a hammer against your
You
knee.
think everything is so...
No,
Yes,
I made that
Daniel,
choice
you
to
took the
roll
words
my
right out
eyes
of my
at you.
mouth.
Yeah,
You think
because of the
everything is
stimuli that I
somatic?
gave you. Because of the stimuli. If I didn't give you that stimuli, if I
No,
didn't
I
hit that mallet against your knee,
chose
you
to
never
give
would
you
have
a
made.
message that you're fucking dense. I chose to give you that message.
I don't even think it's these
There,
dense, babe. I think he's lifted. It's gotta be. It's gotta be shrooms.
Okay,
What did you take to
that's a
become
very
like this?
interesting perspective.
I think you need to learn the difference between a thought, a decision, a reflex, and a biological process.
I think you think too compartmentalized, and that a lot of these things are beyond the.
I think I know
those
a little bit about the
specifications.
biology of the human body because of my education.
And I think
I
that
don't think too
I think the
compartmentalized.
education
It's
system
very
is flawed in
nuanced.
many ways.
Are you talking about the butterfly effect, but you're high? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about predeterminism.
Okay,
So
can
you
we
think
not
that
talk about
everything is
predeterminism and start
predetermined?
talking about whether or not I'm a woman?
Yeah, we can, and that'd be a lot more interesting than these people not understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not understanding what
I
you're
don't
saying.
think
Nor
that
is
you
anyone is
understand what
understanding
you're
what you're
saying.
saying.
That's the problem.
Well, look into predeterminism, and then we could have a different conversation.
I know what predeterminism is, and you think that everything is predetermined.
Yes,
Is that what you're saying? Which is what was stated earlier by saying you think that everything is somatic.
I think everything's predetermined.
Okay, so no, Armian, we've been doing this for what, an hour now?
Wait, what does it mean? These blue like things
Hang
that I
on,
have on my profile
yeah,
picture.
that's how much money you've made. You've made $5.
Oh fuck yeah! I
Yeah.
made more than that
So
other guy that didn't know what I was saying.
okay,
Oh, there he is,
so
below me. What's his name? Hot dog.
yeah,
Can you tell me
Armian.
where the bad nuclei of the Strati terminalis?
Hell no.
Okay,
Oh, great.
have we gotten anywhere, Armian? Do you understand that trans women are women?
Yeah, trans women are trans women.
Okay, so we've gotten nowhere. This has been a waste of an hour,
I made $5 dough.
and I made 100. You good? Have a good day.
Congratulations.
To answer the person in the comments question, is Armin
Thank you for the galaxy.
and the clouds are at one. They're at peace together. Him and the clouds are bonding right now.
I just...
That was frustrating.
Holy fuck.
Like, I was dealing with some shit on my Discord, and this was still more frustrating than the shit on my Discord.
What was that?
Not at all throwing any shade at my Discord mods. I love my Discord mods. They are doing a fantastic job. I make everything impossible for them by being a completely absent Discord owner. My mods have to do everything on their own. So sorry for my Discord mods. You guys are amazing. I love you. Yeah.
Just I know, breaking a little bit of a rule, reading comments. Someone was like, not very fair having 3 against 1. First of all, it was 2 against 1. Second,
Yeah, I wasn't
he
even paying
thought he was
attention.
winning. He thought he was winning, so I'm glad someone knows he wasn't.
And then also, I also looked at the comments very briefly, and that was my biggest mistake. That somebody just added him and was like, "I love your philosophy."
The blood makes a decision to go to the mosquito bite. It's totally not enzymes and biochemicals.
I gotta clip that. Someone said they want to come up. Who was it? Smalls, are you opposition? I'll bring you up if you're up. I guess I'm just never ending today. I am going to hang out with my friends at some point today, but I guess I'm just never ending. The never ending live, guys. This is the live that never ends.
And it goes on and on. My friends.
Adora,
Hello,
Hello.
Smalls.
commented earlier.
Hi, how are you?
Doing all right. Your age and pronouns, please.
30 and she, her.
Fantastic. What were you saying, Buzzy?
You saw this comment earlier.
I can't hear you, Buzzy.
I was asking if you heard what Goose if you saw what Goose commented earlier.
No, I didn't. I saw that Goose was here, but I didn't see anything that was commented.
I'll message you about it later. It was hilarious.
Okay, cool.
The
Okay,
GHs.
Smalls. Am I a woman, Smalls?
Me personally, I say yes. I know that's not what you're looking for, but I just had a quick story if you don't mind me sharing.
If it's very quick, then yes.
It is.
You're good.
It is. I went to school with somebody who identified as a male. Later on in life, realized before, I guess, I don't know how to say it correctly, but was identified as a she. The whole time going through school, no one ever questioned said him and his identity. He went in the boys' bathroom, things like that. So I don't understand why people don't assume that, or why people can't just understand that you are a woman, regardless of what you have done as far as transitioning, what you're not doing as far as transitioning. That's just my opinion personally. I just think that a lot of people come on here and try to state obvious reasons of why you're not a woman. And I just think that that's unfair, seeing as I went to school and never once saw this gentleman any different than what he was. And I think that that's what a lot of people should actually open up to, is it's not about what happened when you were at birth or what you identify as, or what your gender, or actually I should say what your sex was when you were given at birth. So that was just my quick little thought to tell you guys, or, to tell all your followers was, in my day that was, he was a he, regardless of what happened when he was at birth. So that's just all I had to say.
All right, fantastic. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good day.
You too, Ann.
Bye. Okay. Hello, Dizzle.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Your age and pronouns, please. Are you with me,
48, he,
Dizzle?
him.
Him, and what was the age?
My question, say that again.
What was your age?
I'm 48.
48, fantastic. And am I a woman?
I think you're not a woman. My question is, what makes you a woman?
My innate persistent sense of self.
I think we're breaking up. Something happened with the thing. I'm gonna get off and maybe you come add me back up. Is that?
I'm just going to move on to the next guest in that case. Odizel, I can hear you fine. Okay. Okay, next up. You know what, guys? I think I am emotionally spent, and I think that I'm going to end now. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Buzzy. Thank you, Hot Dog. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys probably. I might be a little bit late tonight because I'm going to my friends. So I will see you guys tonight. Bye.